Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Here we are for episode 4 of Ooh Girl, the Weekend Rucap.
Yes.
I think that's my first time getting the title of our
It
own
is.
show.
It
In
is.
practice, but I did panic right before I said it.
That's hilarious. I'm so excited for this episode.
Yes, so
Such a good one.
technically I would say this is pretty much like the first full episode of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Because episode 1 was Crazy Twist and Turn, episode 2 was half
Yes.
the cast, episode 3 was the other half of the cast. So now we finally have full cast, full challenge, someone gets eliminated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So let's get into it. What'd you think? How you feeling? Where you want to start?
Oh my, well, I think we should obviously start from, I think go beginning to end if we can, as much as possible.
Okay.
But
all right, so you want to be like linear time. You're not
yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Right.
I loved it. I loved it. Of course, it was sad to see a queen go home. I'm not surprised this queen went home first.
No.
I'm sad that we won't get to see more of this queen and what they bring to the runway and stuff like that. But
Agreed.
overall, just because it's a talented season. It's a talented season and somebody's got to go
really
home
is. There's like
first.
no crunchy queens this season.
Yeah, well,
they're all very good at something. Like there's no queen where you're just kind of like, wow, you're lucky.
Why are you there? Yeah.
Everybody has some real stuff this season. So yeah, let's start at the beginning. Episode starts. Oh, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
What I will say, and I mean, I'm sure we'll get to this at some point as well. I definitely think I will say from the jump, Elliot is getting a lot of shit from a lot of different queens. Like I feel like Aiden Zane and her are kind of comparable in the sense that people are just kind of being mean to her for a little like she got voted off first kind of, but got brought back, you know what I mean? So there is this like underall, like, I think there's like, if there is a lineup, she's at the bottom and they're all making her feel that way, I think.
Yeah, there's definitely like a little bit of a target on Elliot. I don't know if I think it's as intense as Aiden Zane.
Not yet.
They were like running for her, especially Brenda.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of people feel a certain type of way about Elliot. And I honestly kind of like don't. I mean, I see where sometimes I see where they're coming from a little bit.
Yeah. Well, right away, the queens are the queens from last season. I mean, not last season, the last episode from Phenomenon are walking into the workroom.
Yeah, so it starts off with the winner circle queens, as they call themselves, and they're like, "Oh, the other girls are gonna come," and they're like, "Ooh, Elliot, go hide in the back."
Yes.
So it goes and hides, and then the B squad, as they were calling them, comes in, and of course, like the winner circle does the like mad dog like stare down thing that they always do, which is like so silly.
Yeah,
but you know, you got to get your shot, producers.
Yeah. I was like, they make them do it for sure.
So the girls come in and they all start to kiki, and then Miss Tina Burner, who loves to stir the pot,
loves to stir the pot.
Like, oh, so I sent 2 queens, and Kimora, you're still here. So where's Elliot?
Totally.
And they're like, well, how'd you vote her off? And they're like, and they're like, that's why right there. You don't know.
That was Joey J too with that shade. I was like, Joey J.
I know. But I mean, I guess he got a point because like you're just kind of like, you just didn't jump out to us.
No, yeah. But I love where Elliot jumps out, like when she comes out. And then she kind of like, she and Tamisha, Amon, have a little moment.
Well, so this is the thing.
She's like, I want to confront them. I have a lot to say to you guys.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, I mean, okay, get your drama, get your life or whatever. But she comes out and of course she has to say like, what made you send me home? Da, 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 da. And then, Tamisha's like, trying to be nice and saying like, no malice. She's like, well, then why didn't you jump up?
I
know.
Like,
what is that?
It was funny.
I mean, it was funny.
Of course. But like, and Tamisha was like, well, honey, they didn't vote me.
I feel like you could see in like Tamisha's face, she was like, don't even try me.
No, she really, I feel like in her face, it was literally like, should I go there or should I not? Okay. Like, she like had to be like, oh, let me be nice. And this is as nice as it's going to be. Like,
Right. Totally. I love Tamisha.
Oh
But
my
you know what's
goodness.
kind of
Yes.
funny? In the confessional, Lala Ree is like, well, I know Tamisha from Atlanta and I know she can fight. But what I want to know is why are they being secretive about, because Tamisha is Lala Ree's drag mom.
Drag mom. I know. I literally thought that myself. Like the way she said it, I was like, why didn't she just be like, that's my drag mom. I know that bitch, you know, like.
Right.
So that's really
kind of
interesting.
like trying to like, don't talk about that. Pretend like you don't know each other that well.
Yeah. Probably, maybe. We'll see. But Ruth said there's lots of twists and turns, so maybe that's
true,
like
maybe
something they'll pop out later or something, you know.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so now the room is super crowded. All the queens are finally there. You finally get to see them all in one room. It is like episode 1. So then RuPaul comes in, lets them know someone's getting eliminated. And then it's time for, she like explains the main challenge to them for the day, which is the RuPaulmark Channel holiday movies.
Yes.
So she assigns the teams, okay? And there's 3 teams and they're each making a RuPaulmark Channel holiday movie. First team is Denali, Elliot, Kimora, and Olivia, and they're doing the Valentine's Day movie, Misery Loves Company? Is that what it was?
Yes, it was. Mm-hmm.
And then the next team is Lala Ree, Rosé, Simone, and Utica. And they are doing God Loves Flags, the Flag Day holiday, which is hilarious.
And of course, Utica's in there, I feel like.
I know. Joey J, Candy Muse, and Tamisha Iman. And wait, I have something else written here, but I can't read my own writing it. Anyway, they're doing April Fool's Rush In. Oh, Tina Burner. That's right.
Yeah.
April Fool's Rush In. Okay, so these are the 3 holidays: Valentine's Day, Flag Day, and April Fool's Day, which is silly. So then they break up into teams. We're gonna get to the actual challenge in a bit. They break up into teams immediately. Denali, and this is where I started to feel like something was amiss. Denali's like, oh, I want to be the lead. She's playing Misery in Misery Loves Company, the Valentine. And she like immediately is like, I want to do the lead. It's the most lines, and I want to show myself. And I wrote down that I think this is a bad idea because usually the queen who like wants to play the lead with the most lines is usually the queen that struggles. Do you notice that?
I didn't notice that as far as like, oh, I heard myself echo, as far as previous seasons. But I definitely, when that happened, I was like, ooh, Denali girl, like, this is I just didn't think, like, I didn't think it was a good idea, especially because, well, I mean, Simone did it, but I was like, girl, you were just at the top. Like, you could really do a lot less and still make that amazing and still shine. You know what I mean? Like,
right. She's just like a little too thirsty.
She's way thirsty.
And it's like, you gotta be thirsty for sure, but Simone is just playing it so much smarter and like being like cool and like really knows herself.
Exactly.
So, and it's funny because whenever they have these acting challenges, there's usually a queen who's like pressed because she doesn't get the part she wants. She just gets some like side character. But a lot of times those smaller roles actually give you more of an opportunity to shine and like
for sure.
Except unless you can like find a way to make the lead super kooky, which as we'll see later. Well, Simone and Gottmik did, I think.
Oh my goodness.
With the lead parts.
I thought more Olivia Lux, but I feel like we are jumping ahead more so.
Okay, we're jumping ahead.
Yeah.
So going back to your point earlier about Elliot, everybody coming for him. So during this part, when Denali's like, I want to be the lead. And then Elliot's like, I want to be Stupid Cupid, which is a cute moment. Kimora's like, I just can't stand Elliot's voice.
Yes, I wrote literally Kimora hating on Elliot's voice. The shade, so quick. Like, they didn't even show it right away, but like, just look. Elliot just spoke, and like Kimora was looking like really annoyed. Yeah. And I wonder what's going on there. But
you know what? I will say, even going back to the Meet the Queens, before I really like knew who these queens were, that was my impression of Elliot. I was like, ooh, girl, kind of like grating a little bit. Don't get me wrong, like if Elliot with two T's, if you ever watch this YouTube show, you know, if you're one of the 9 people who watches this, then I'm sorry, and you're fierce as fuck. But also, I don't disagree with Kimora.
She's fierce. She made it onto RuPaul's. Obviously, there's so many
Yeah.
like credits and kudos to her. At the same time,
yeah. Candy Muse straight up is like, I want this part. This is the part I'm taking it.
Candy Muse did not even say it. She was highlighting the parts already.
Yeah, she's
like, everybody was like, yeah, these are my parts. I'm highlighting. Like, I love Gottmik actually saying like, this is actually everything, but also I don't think that's how it works.
Right. I mean, it was cool that they're basically kind of like, I mean, okay, fine. Usually the people will fight about this, but also this is where Candy Muse was smart. It was one of the smaller parts. She was like, I want this like side character. I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
And then obviously that worked out in her favor in the long run. So then, you know, they're all practicing. Tina Burner is being like super extra and Rosé sees it. And so Rosé is basically like, it's between me and Tina Burner. We're the actors of the season, which I wasn't kind of like, just because you know her, she's from New York and she's being loud, like you're gonna already write off everybody else. But it becomes this like thing for Rosé where she's basically just like, I have to do better than Tina.
They're gonna be, they're gonna have some stuff. So they're gonna have some.
Yeah, there's gonna be something there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, next up we have RuPaul coming into the workroom and she says, "How's my lipstick thespians?" Which I thought was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And then she does the advice with everybody. And Utica like slays RuPaul the house down.
Oh my goodness, I love Utica in this moment. Like,
this is probably one of the funniest moments in the episode for me. RuPaul asked her if because Utica's role is like this pot smoking older lady, kind of like Frankie and Grace's Frankie, right? Lily Tomlin's character. And so RuPaul just straight up asked Utica, like, have you smoked pot before? And Utica gets like super awkward and just starts making these faces. And straight up, it was hilarious. Yeah. She's like,
yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah.
So good.
It was dying. And it was hilarious. Like, you have to see it.
Yeah. And then she asks Tamisha to do a Cher impression, which she can't do. So this is where the producers are like, uh-oh, watch out. Tamisha can't do this.
Yeah.
It's usually like a little bit of a misdirect. Okay. So now they get into like do the challenge and Ross Matthews is directing them.
Yes.
And this is always fun to watch. So right away, you know, we see Tamisha and like, you know, trying to do the Cher part and she can't do it. And Ross just keeps saying like more. And this is something that you gotta give to Tamisha Iman. Like she was struggling. And at first I was like, uh-oh. But she took direction so well.
So well.
And ended up turning it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was really funny.
So funny. Joey J gets super nervous. He's very stiff, which I was a little surprised by because he's so funny. I thought, oh, like he's so naturally funny all the time. I'm sure he'll be funny in this, but she's so funny in the confessionals and everything. But even going back to episode 1, I would say of all of the queens, Joey J came off as the most nervous. So I feel like that's gonna really affect her in the season. She's just gonna be like her nerves are gonna get the better of her a lot.
For sure.
Let's see. La Ree is very stiff. She is not.
La Ree. Yeah, that was definitely one where the personality was not shining through in the acting challenge. Sadly, I thought she was trying though. Like, I think she was just saying the lines. Like, that was pretty much it. Like,
because La Ree is another like big personality who's very funny, and I love watching her confessionals. And then all of a sudden, when it comes time for the challenge, she's kind of like line.
Yeah. It was bad. It was so. Yeah. But do you remember seeing her wig line? It was so crusty and ugly, and just like.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that nobody even talked about it. Like, like every time they showed her on screen, I was just like, that wig is crusty.
She was just having trouble delivering those lines both on the page and on her wig.
Yes,
Wig line.
exactly.
Denali, so cringeworthy. This is what I wrote down. I wrote down that I felt like Denali was being very vanilla, and then I actually felt like the whole team was kind of vanilla on the Valentine's team. And I said, even Olivia Lux, who was maybe like French vanilla, like there's a little something there, but not much.
Wow, I would have definitely said like hazelnut. Like,
yeah, that's French vanilla, baby. Vanilla, that's what it is.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh that's funny. Well, okay.
No.
Man.
Don't come for me in the comments if you're like, actually, it's not hazelnut. That's like my understanding of it. But.
Yeah. Good to know.
But yeah, I thought like Olivia was cute, but like not really. That whole team
I think she carried that team, honestly.
Well,
like if it wasn't for Olivia, I thought there would have been no funny in there.
I just think there was no funny in there personally. I don't even think Olivia brought it that much.
Okay.
But that's okay. We have opinions.
That's true.
Kimora. Oh my God. Kimora, who is in a full green screen outfit, but still puts on a woman's body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is kind of so funny to me. But she like straight up like got padded to get into a green screen outfit that you're not gonna see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Silly.
Yeah.
Which also goes to show like
her commitment and her professionalism, or her,
wow, hilarious. I was gonna go the opposite direction. I was gonna say it goes to show like a misunderstanding of what's going on here.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Well, to me, it shows like this is a thing with Kimora, right?
I do believe that you are right that she might have just been kind of totally missed that.
I think that she has a tendency to focus on the wrong things. And so for her, she's just like, look, that's what I do. Look, drag is look, and I have looks. And so if I'm going to come and be in this green screen outfit, I'm still going to bring a look. But you're kind of like, well, the look doesn't matter in this because we're literally only seeing your face. So you could have just straight up been in, you could have worn like some tidy whities and thrown on the green screen outfit, and it's going to look the same.
Yeah.
So it just like she's the time that she took to pad herself, she could have taken that time to like come up with some character ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I thought. So she definitely struggled.
Yeah, no doubt.
So anything else you want to say about their direction before we move on to the next part?
Well, it definitely seemed that from the get-go, or from the notes with Ross, that Candy Muse was kind of hitting her marks, you know what I mean? Like seeing her out there was just like
Candy Muse was playing everybody in the room.
Yeah, she picked the right part. And I definitely thought Rose did pretty well in hers, you know. Obviously Simone did well too, I think. But I thought it was gonna be from that moment I didn't know who's gonna win, because I thought those were like three top runners in that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there was definitely, well, we'll talk more about that too when we talk about the actual episodes when they show them. So next up, they're getting ready for the runway. We find out that Tina Burner, Gottmik, and Candy Muse are like little shade monster Kiki friends.
Yes, they're super friendly. They're like helping Candy Muse even like fix a little.
So it's like, are we getting a Rolaska talk situation on our hands?
Yes.
You know what I mean? But right now it seems fun still. And they're like helping. But see, this is another moment with Elliot, right? Like those three girls are like working on the finish line. Like, what's going on, guys? And they're like, we're doing something, bye.
Yes. I wrote like it seemed like total like in the cafeteria at school or something like that, and this person like wants to be in the cool kids or something. It's just what are you guys up to? I was just like, girl. And it even was like a little bit like somebody had said something and she just started like laughing, like like really? I was like, girl, calm down. You don't need to do all that.
Yeah. We learn a little bit more about the queens here. They ask Simone about her first time in drag, and we find out her first time in drag was at prom.
Yes, how cute.
Such a cute story, and so nice to hear, because I feel like so often we hear about people who do things like this and get a negative reaction from family, hometown. But she straight up like got into drag in Arkansas, went to her high school prom, and everybody was like, work. Everybody was like, hey girl, that's Reggie. Like,
Yeah.
so that's so nice to hear.
It was.
She talks about how her Simone drag persona has like taken away all of the fears that she had as Reggie, and it's we love that.
Yeah, totally.
And then they talk about Tamisha. Well, they start talking about like who's a gold star gay, who's had girlfriends, da 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 da.
Yeah.
And it seems like nobody except for Tamisha, who they all find out is a biological father. And we find out that she named her drag persona after her oldest daughter.
Yes, that was so adorable and cute. I was like, wow, that's like.
Tamisha just, like every time anything happens with Tamisha, I'm like, can I love her more?
I know. I will admit that I was afraid I was afraid at the beginning, like before the episodes had started, from like the promo, not looks, but the Meet the Queens, that I didn't think she was gonna be liked as much as like an older queen. Like, I just didn't know if she was gonna be as like, because everybody was so young and like the generations are different. So I was a little bit afraid for her. But she is coming in and like I think she's quickly becoming a fan favorite as well. Like I think people are really loving her. She's so sweet. She's so funny as well. Like everything she says, I'm like laughing.
The thing with Tamisha is like obviously she's more mature.
Yeah.
And I mean that like personality wise, right? So
no, for sure.
She has a tendency to kind of just like sit back, be quiet, answer her questions professionally, kind of pageanty.
Yes.
Which is why I think she's kind of flown under the radar a little bit. But then when it comes time for the competition, boom, here she is. And I love that. I'm so happy that she's doing so well.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to the runway. The category is trains.
Yes.
Trains for days. And of course, we have to talk about Mama Ru. RuPaul comes out.
Always. I said never misses.
Every time. This like beautiful like emerald forest green sparkly gown and red hair. I really like when she wears red hair.
Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Tyra Banks, and I know we have some kind of like America's Next Top Model references in this
that's
episode,
true.
but like I really loved it. It was
just so beautiful.
Never played.
And Lonnie Love is our guest judge, and we love Lonnie Love.
We do.
Yes.
Love.
So cute, so fun. Okay, so trains for days. Let's go
through it. First.
Denali's first out.
I loved it. It was like full on kind of like, I thought parrot or parakeet, like very colorful. Bird, yeah, bird like, the feathers being the train, and like they have like long feathers, those kind of colorful birds. I don't know what they're really called, but
they're called birds of paradise.
Are they actually?
I don't know specifically which. She actually talked about what bird it was and how like is represented in Mexican culture and stuff. But yeah, I thought she looked gorgeous, very colorful, and bright. Yeah. She like kept talking about the ostrich feathers. I was like, okay, we get it. Everybody likes ostrich feathers.
Yeah.
But she looked really beautiful. Her makeup was great. The train was great.
I didn't love the hair, but I totally I got it for the look, but I didn't love.
I see that. I feel like she could have done a different hair and it would have made it maybe like even a little bit more fashion, but I did like that hair and it gave it kind of like a carnival feel to it. And it was really fun. So we love Denali's look. Next up is Olivia Lux.
Oh my goodness. I love this little, like, she said like Beethoven, whatever. Like, I don't know what century that is, but like totally. I was feeling it. I honestly, like, I was a little sad that it did not get as much recognition on the runway.
Yeah, this was definitely
I was like really impressed by Olivia. Yeah, I was really impressed though by the runway look. For sure, just because it shows me too, like, because I still think she's a newer queen because she said that. So I'm like looking at her a little bit more, and I'm like, there's other queens that have been doing it longer than you that I'm like, you're slaying your looks.
I think so too. I think this is probably my favorite look that she's presented so far.
Yeah,
it's like a like really pretty lilac color. I don't know the words. I want to say brocade. I don't know if that even means anything, but it's very pretty. Good train. Like the hair, the whole look, I was like, Absolutely, Olivia, yes. Next up, we
Yes.
have Elliot with two T's. All white, kind of
All
like,
white.
what do
Kind of
you
like
think?
bodysuit.
Yeah, all
I
white bodysuit with the train.
didn't care for it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was cute. I honestly liked her and like the room the outfit she wore in the workroom when the B squad came to see the winning team.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
if I felt like if she had done that with like long sleeves as the train, like she had already, like that would have been a better look than I just thought it was like kind of boring and like once again like her lady runway or whatever the name was it just felt like it was missing something, you
I see
know?
what you're saying.
It just
I
yeah.
actually really liked it. I thought this was really pretty look on her. I would say that for me, this was probably my favorite of all of her looks so far as well.
Oh.
Um, I thought it looked very pretty, but I do agree that uh, that in a way like didn't necessarily really stand out. Like it was very pretty, and I don't know how to say it. I guess it's like no matter who wore that, I think it would have looked pretty. Like, but I thought she looked great, but maybe not one of the most memorable looks of the night.
No, I think it's the least memorable because I honestly feel everybody else's stood out so much. Like,
Right. Well, speaking of memorable looks, next up we have Kamora Hall.
yes,
And that
the dragon,
dragons, she said.
that was beautiful,
She looked
beautiful,
amazing.
gorgeous.
Dragons on the shoulder. The train
Yeah.
was like a dragon tail,
Mm-hmm.
which was like cute and campy, but also like still so kind of like beautiful and stylish.
Yeah.
I really felt like she hit it out of the
Do
park.
you think that this was it pizzazz you said that she was missing? Not pizzazz, but you thought some of her things weren't flashy or something. You said something. I felt like this
I'm
was
sure
like
I
a
said
really
something. Who knows what I said? But
really
you're probably
good.
right.
This is one of my favorite looks that she's done. She's brought.
Agreed.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
She always looks great, but this was like I felt like this was finally like, okay, like this has personality.
yes,
Um,
yeah.
I thought she looked really beautiful. I really felt like
Also,
this was
Bob Mackie
great.
inspired.
Of course.
Yeah, the Mackie
I mean,
Brothers.
I'd be interested to see if she has anything that's not Bob Mackie inspired at this point.
Mm.
Okay, next we have Simone coming out.
Oh my gosh, she is everything. Like,
Everything.
so she's wearing this like turquoise, like would you say turquoise? Like kind of like this color actually.
Yeah, maybe a
Like a
little
little,
lighter than
a
that.
little oh, I was gonna say a little
Like a
darker.
baby turquoise.
Baby blue, little bit okay. Either way, like
But also
corset.
like a pale blue and a pale pink, which is almost giving me the trans flag colors. Uh,
Ooh.
which I mean, you know,
Yeah,
it kind of is.
it is.
Which we actually see again later on the runway. But yeah, pale pink, pale blue. Go ahead.
And I was just gonna say with like this kind of like jumpsuit thing with off the shoulders, and then this beautiful, beautiful blue and pink do-rag.
The
And the
do-rag, yeah.
do-rag is coming down as her train,
As
and it
train.
is everything.
Amazing, so
Uh,
innovative.
so and I'm like, who
You haven't
thinks
seen
of
it
that?
before.
You've
Yeah.
never seen this on the runway.
And she had like it was like a baggy tracksuit with this like really pretty. I don't know what you would call it underneath if it was like a corset or what, but it was like lacy and pretty underneath the kind of baggy tracksuit coming off the shoulder.
Yeah, it was. Oh, oh, oh! I can't. I'm not over
Yeah,
it.
everybody was gagging. Lonnie Love loved this. She was
And
like, "This."
especially, go for it. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, Lonnie Love was completely in love. I mean, everybody seemed to really like this look, and Lonnie Love was saying it's very Detroit, very like. Don't be surprised if you see Rihanna wearing this one day.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, it's so beautiful to see like the Ebony Enchantress like embracing the culture, embracing herself, but like whatever that means to her, but bringing it in a unique way, and just like,
Yeah,
it's so beautiful to see it, you know.
yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
And also, what I really love about it as well is that I feel like that type of fashion sense, you know, is not something you necessarily being mixed in with the drag community oftentimes.
Yes,
So it's really cool to
exactly.
see her bring in that kind of like, uh, you know, something like a do-rag, for example, and bringing that to drag and making it so fashion and still authentic, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Simone, damn it, just fucking nailing it every time. Okay, next up we have La La Ree.
Yes, and we've kind of were talking about this earlier just before we
Yes,
were
we touched on this.
recording, but I was not a fan of this look, and the judges were eating it
Oh,
up.
that yeah.
Eating it
Yep.
up, and
Okay,
I'm
so she
like,
comes out in this like full snake skin
yes.
outfit.
With the mask thing again, she loves that mask covering.
Right. So I actually I liked the outfit overall, and I could see like if you're looking at it, it being like striking that like one color snake skin covering your entire body. But again, I feel like the mask was not the right choice. She looked like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Oh
Okay, I
my,
was like,
yes.
finish her.
Yes.
Um,
Stop. I hate you. That was good.
but I do think that I did like the outfit. I just would have liked her to take the mask off or do something more kind of like interesting with her face, or I don't know how she could have made it like more snake-like, or I don't
I
know. But it
think
was really pretty.
I think what I didn't like about it was that it didn't seem like it was actually like fake leather or fake snake skin. It felt like it looked like it was like maybe cotton or I don't know. It just did not like it. I don't know. It once again, it didn't seem off the rack because I don't know where you would get that, but it
Yeah,
didn't seem elevated enough for me at all. Especially
I hear
compared
you.
to seeing what like some of the other ones. Like even later on, we'll talk about Rose, where I feel like hers was not like it's just there was a step above just like it's just a
Interesting.
step that
What was
didn't go, I
that?
think. Yeah.
Well, so the thing is about this runway, there's been a few queens where I felt like this runway has been my favorite of their looks so far.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I actually did think Lala Ree looked good and I liked the look, but it was not my favorite of her looks.
No.
And I definitely would have lost the mask. I didn't think the mask really added anything to it for me.
Mm-mm.
Anyways, next up we have Utica Queen.
Yes, I loved hers with the like
Cute.
full on curtain rod thing that she had
Yeah,
going
Carol
on.
Burnett inspired. She was like
Yeah,
literally wearing drapes with a curtain rod across her
it was
shoulders.
amazing. And she said that she put that together like as they were getting ready to go in.
Oh, did she?
She said, well, I think this was something she said in the Untucked, maybe, but like, yes,
Okay.
I was like, whoa, what?
It
Girl,
was so cute.
crazy. How?
So cute, so fun. I really enjoyed it. Like, I mean, I don't know if it was necessarily giving me like super high fashion, but I think that it was really well done and she looked
Yeah.
great. It was like such a cute little wink. And I definitely, you know, like, toot this one for sure.
I don't
All
know if
right.
I would say high fashion at all, but I don't know. There's something fashion about it to me. Like I could definitely still
Yeah.
see that in some kind of weird runway show.
Yeah, like fun fashion.
Yeah,
Okay, so next up we have Rose, and I think we're gonna have different takes on this.
I
So what are you
think
gonna
we
say?
are. So Rosé's wearing this like blue tuxedo thing with like these blue like tulle, like a lot of tulle coming
Yeah,
out. And I actually really liked it. And this is a runway where we saw a lot of pants actually, or like
lots of pants.
lots of pants.
Yeah, I
And
noticed that
so
too.
seeing that, I honestly, this is not my favorite from Rosé, but definitely one of my favorite looks because I'm also loving her stepping outside of just the like baby pastel pink colors. So
Yes.
that's really cool to me.
Yeah.
And I think if I would say like add anything, it just needed to be like jeweled up a little bit more, a little pizzazz, a little like bling,
Mm,
something like
thank you.
that. But I thought it was cute.
You know, I
I
thought it
would
was a
think about wearing
similar.
something like that at my wedding, actually. Like still very like frilly, but like a suit or something. That's kind of cute. I
Yeah.
like it.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I thought it was a pretty blue. I was happy she wasn't wearing pink. You know, uh, it just didn't hit it for me. Like you're saying, maybe it was missing something. I did like kind of like the clean lines up top, but like all of the tulle in the back, you know, they said it looked like a loofah, and that made me laugh because
Yeah,
I definitely
great.
did look like a loofah.
That's her second
I
look,
thought,
actually.
right? I just, yet again with Rose, I feel like all of her stuff is like not quite hitting the mark for me. Like this
Mm.
look, this look I didn't love. And then she's talking about the mohawk with the train in it, and I was even like kind of like, I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
Um,
that one I was like,
I was
I
like, that's a
guess.
stretch.
Yeah.
But
Like,
you know, and she's like, shows how committed to the craft I am. And I was kind of like, okay.
yeah.
But yeah, this was not my favorite look of the night. In fact, if we were doing top and bottom looks, which we're not, but if we were, this would be in my bottom of the looks. For me. But you know, sorry, Rose. I like Rose though. Okay, next up we have Got Mick.
Got
And
Mick.
yet again, this is where I talked about the trans flag colors coming back. She was also wearing like a pale
Yeah.
pink and blue
Mhm.
outfit. What were your thoughts?
I loved it in the sense of she looked super cute. Very, I got Paris Hilton actually
Oh,
from
for
it.
sure.
I love like the glittered like leaf blower or whatever that was, but I
Yeah.
also didn't get trained from that because it didn't seem very long as far as like what I consider a train would be like. It definitely had like, what do you call it? Like, uh,
Fabric.
fabric just coming off of it, like.
Yeah. I forget what
But
fabric she said it was. But yeah, I definitely could have used longer, like more flowy with the
mm-hmm,
fabric.
mm-hmm.
I thought
She
she
was
looked, I mean,
gorgeous.
she
Like
looked
gorgeous.
gorgeous. It was an interesting look. The leaf blow, and here's the thing: the leaf blower. I was like, what a fun touch. But then I was kind of also like, but you like didn't really use it. Like this is why I would have liked her to have like same idea because she did look good, but like so much more. And then just
So
has
much
like a
more.
really dramatic moment in the center where she like leaf blows herself and it all comes like flying everywhere. How great would that have been? If
Exactly.
you're gonna have a leaf blower, like
Yeah.
give us drama.
Exactly. It was, but she looked gorgeous. Like I
She
was like,
looked
this is
gorgeous. I
amazing.
just wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Then we had
Tina
Tinta.
Burner. What
Now
you
I was
think?
expecting somebody to do this. As
Yes,
soon as it trains for days, I was like, somebody's
I
gonna
was gonna
come
do
out
a
with a
train.
train for record, which is what Tina Burner did.
Mhm.
So she didn't let us down, maybe. You know, I thought it was fun. It was a very like Broadway costume type of look for me. I was happy she wasn't doing red, orange, and yellow. It was like a blue.
Yeah, yeah.
The train in the back was maybe meant to look like railroad tracks or something.
I think
Um,
so. Yeah, I think so.
I thought it was fine.
I thought it was not innovative because
Yeah.
like when we heard it was Train for Days, literally my roommate and I were like, oh my goodness, like Choo Choo the Train, or what's the guy, Thomas the Train? Like it was like,
Tank
we
engineer.
figured somebody's gonna do something like that, you know?
Uh-huh.
And she kind of did something similar to it. So I didn't think it was like innovative, but it's like she looked all right. She looked cute.
Yeah, she looked fine. This was like definitely like, you know, B. C
Yeah.
plus.
I wouldn't say C plus, maybe
Okay,
even B
B.
minus, but
B. B. Okay, then we had Joey J.
Joey J.
I hated this.
Yeah. That's why I was like, this
Sorry.
was gonna be when you said that you were gonna put maybe rosés at your bottom, I was like, Joey, what happened to Joey J?
Well, yeah, I mean, Joey J, I thought, what a miss. It was like that weird kind of like leather jackety looking. Was it a dress or was it pants? I don't even remember. There's so
Yeah,
much
I
going
actually
on.
remember that.
There was so much going on that I was kind of like, what am I even looking at? And
Mm-hmm.
then the train was this like mouth on the back of his or her
Yeah,
jacket with the
yeah,
long
with the
tongue
long
sticking out
tongue,
of the
with the
ring.
piercing.
Yeah. And I was like, what a mistake to make the most interesting part of your outfit the back of it.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly. And it was like still in a way poorly done because the mouth kept like moving. It didn't look like, I don't know, it just
yeah.
it was the most interesting part. And I was like, oh wow, interesting. Something but like
Yeah, but it tied into nothing. It was just like this weird black leather, I don't know, bikery maybe kind of look with a mouth with a tongue sticking out on the back.
Yeah,
It just didn't it I didn't see it. It didn't work for me.
yeah.
And speaking
No.
of looks that didn't work for me, next up we have Candy News.
Wow. I thought Candy looked really beautiful. I didn't really care for the hair. I totally did get what I mean, later on, the judge, she wore this like red velvety. I didn't
Yeah,
have enough of a.
Red Vamptress, she said.
Yeah. And the train just, but we do know earlier that that wasn't what she was originally going to wear. I do wish that she had showed us what she was originally going to wear at some point. But
Yeah, I don't actually remember that. I don't remember it being what she wasn't gonna wear.
well, that's why they were, Gottmik and Tina Burner were helping her earlier in the episode.
Okay, I
Uh,
must.
yeah, they were helping her fix something so that she could wear this for instead of what she was going to wear. Either way, it wasn't executed well enough. Like, it's so funny because I loved her first look, her workroom outfit and her promo look. So I had very high standards for her. As far, I even in the last episode, I was like, the judges were going too hard on her aesthetics. And I'm starting to maybe think that the judges may have been right and she's not at least refined enough like the other queens. Like,
Yeah, I definitely think Candy Muse's taste level is lacking.
but I thought it was still a cute dress, still very cute,
I mean,
rough around the edges,
I
literally. No.
I think it was a cute dress too. I don't know that I think that it was RuPaul's Drag Race runway worthy, and especially specifically not for the Trains for Days
Train for
challenge. I was like,
days. That
she
was
didn't even have a
trained
train
for
for
a
a couple
couple
hours.
hours.
Not even. I was like, I mean, it wasn't even a train.
OMG.
That's like a subway train for a few minutes. Like, where's your train, girl? So
Man.
that was a miss for me as well. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Tamisha coming out in another outfit that she made herself.
Yes.
Uh, Yet
Yeah.
again, we're seeing a bodysuit with pants on this runway. However, beautiful.
Very beautiful. Very hot pink. Wow. Like,
Yeah,
super.
that's like hot pink. Like, again, I don't know if lace is the right word, but
That's what I
like
was thinking.
textured patterned bodysuit with like a lovely pink train. I mean, it looked like the train was just kind of like tied on, but it still worked. And she just really looked gorgeous. That color
Really,
looked beautiful
yeah.
on her. She made that look herself, and it was like professional.
So good.
It's amazing.
So good.
Okay.
All right.
So then we get to watch the previews for the RuPaulmark movies.
Yes.
Okay. So first we watch Misery Loves Company. We kind of talked about this a little bit, but now this is like a finished project. What are your thoughts? I'll let you start.
Didn't like it. It was very cringeworthy. I was just like, oh, let's just move on. Please stop this. Like, it's
I said
especially even this one was the one with Kimura, right? No.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So that was just
Molly's Misery, Olivia's the grandma.
I will go back to I thought Olivia was funny as the grandma. I honestly thought Olivia was the only funny that happened in that entire sketch.
Olivia was definitely the best one in that scene. And that's not saying much.
Yeah.
She wasn't bad. Olivia was not bad. Okay, so props to Olivia. She did an okay job in this scene. But I mean, she didn't like knock my socks off or anything.
But this was one too that I guess it wasn't the Valentine's one. This was one that I didn't know if it was also, I was like, who was going to really make this funny? I don't know if it was going to be, I didn't really care for it.
Well, the thing is, and RuPaul even mentions this earlier in the episode when she does the walkthrough, she's like, these are all basically the exact same script.
They are.
So to answer your question, a lot of these girls could have made this funny.
I guess.
But none of the girls in this episode, in this
group.
Movie.
Yeah.
You know, and like not to shade them, but yeah, it was just like it was a miss. I don't know. They didn't I felt like they didn't understand the assignment, maybe. Denali did not do a great job. Elliot was fine. Olivia was pretty good. Kimura was, I mean, Just
The amount of times that Ross had to go over the same direction with her was
right.
like
Because she
crazy.
had a line which was, it was a play off of Tyra Banks saying, what is it? I believed in you.
We were
all
all rooting
believed.
for you. We were all
We were
rooting
all
for
rooting for
you.
you, right? Because that was the thing. Because so Kimura's playing a tree, and it was
Yeah.
so full of tree puns, which I thought was really funny. There were so many like things about my bark and the tree
Yeah,
and
which
woody
I
and
don't even know if she was getting it. I think that was the struggle. I don't even know if she even knew, like, I was rooting for you. Oh, I'm a tree. Like, rooting for you is the emphasis because it's a
right.
pun, like,
But yeah, she couldn't say it. She kept saying, "I was rooting for you," and
yeah,
he was saying, "No, it's like saying I was rooting for you," and so she was like,
yeah,
"I was rooting for you."
yeah,
I was like, "Oof!"
yeah,
So that was pretty rough. But then we see at the end of this episode, Jeffrey Boyer Chapman makes a cameo, which of course,
yeah.
he is always the love interest. I feel like RuPaul wants to
They
bang,
always, yeah, I'm pretty sure
and
that.
also maybe they have, and I hope they have, and I want to see video. I think he's very cute. I love him.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay.
Next movie is God Loves Flags, starring Simone as Red Flag with Lala Ree, Utica, and Rose.
Yes.
Immediately better.
Yeah, immediately better.
Yeah.
Obviously Simone with Factory. Oh my goodness. Factory.
Yeah, she has to, like, her line is something about factory, and she just decides to say factory, and it's hilarious.
It's
That's
never
what I mean. And they talk about this. They're like, the way that you're able to just like take something and make it so stupid and so you, like,
yeah.
what a wonderful talent.
Facts.
And Lala Ree does struggle. I feel like it's hard to understand even what she's saying.
It was. I thought that it actually came out a lot better than we had seen in the directions and stuff like that before, but it was still kind of flat, one note, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate for her to be in this group with everybody else who does pretty well, actually. Utica was like that, like I said, that kind of like Lily Tomlin hippie lady, and she was not bad.
She wasn't bad.
And then Rose played the little gnome, and Rose was delightful, but I thought Rose was great. I don't know if I thought she was one of the best of the week, but then again, I don't feel like she had really much competition in general.
That was why I was like, she had to have been the best because like there was this was a week that I was also, once again, everybody did kind of either okay or on the challenge. Okay. That it was like anybody who made me laugh, I was like, you're in the top.
Yeah. She definitely like understood the assignment. She did a great job. She was very funny. And then, of course, at the end, Jeffrey Boyer Chapman comes out again.
Of course, yeah.
And then we get a fun little twist where Simone is a lesbian. And I will say before we get into the last one that all three of these, no shade to the producers or writers or whatever, but I don't think they're written very well.
I was like, and that's why, like, obviously they were pretty much the same thing. So I get what you were saying before, but I just like the one with the factory was a little bit more appealing than the other two. So I was like, that kind of just either way.
It's like, I know that they're doing like a play off of Hallmark, so maybe the bad writing on purpose, but in these like simple little previews, I felt like it was hard to follow what was even going on. And I don't know if that's performance or writing or what, but you're kind of like, what? Exactly. But anyway, last but not least, we have April Fool's Rush In, where Gottmik is April Fool, the main character. And this also has Tina Burner, Joey J, Candy Muse, and Tamisha.
Yes. And once again, I thought it was it was comical. It was definitely cute. Candy Muse was very funny in it. Gottmik, I thought was all right. Tina Burner was slightly above all right. Joey J.
Tina Burner did a pretty good job, but again, she could have done more. I thought Gottmik did a pretty good job too. At least she was like making a character choice and making funny faces. Joey J got a little stiff, a little nervous, a little awkward.
Yeah. I think this is just one where the queens that really went for it shine the most because this was so ridiculous, so kind of bad, if you will, that the only way to really make it funny was to be like the factory. Like she just, Simone had this big character with it. Even Candy Muse, who did really well, she went over the top with this clown thing. You know what I mean? It was like, it was so bad. You can't really, if you're going to act it, it's not, you know what I mean?
Tamisha took that direction so
The
good.
notes
I thought
so
she was
well.
hilarious.
Yeah.
In fact, I would argue that I would have put Tamisha in the top instead of Rose.
Okay.
Now, I think Rose did good. Rose did do a good job. She did well. But I thought Tamisha was delightful.
I think Tamisha right now is struggling to outshine the younger queens that are thirsty to be out there. Because I think Tamisha was funny, but it was I don't want to say forgettable, but it was like out of the others, I remember the gnome over I remember the Cher moment,
I see.
But I do love her going
so Tamisha was playing like a
fortune teller,
Zoltar crystal ball arcade thing. But she was like Zoltina, and she was supposed to be like a Cher type of person. And I would say she was most improved, definitely, from how they were showing her in the beginning of the final product. She was delightful. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we have the tops and the bottoms. RuPaul sends the safe queens back, and we have the tops are Simone, Rose, and Candy Muse, and the bottoms are Denali, Kamora, and LaLa Ri. What do you think?
I think it's fair.
Yeah, I agree with these.
Yeah.
The only thing I feel like Tamisha could have been in the top, but I think Rose also deserved to be in the top. And for bottoms, I felt like who did I think could have been in the bottom instead of Denali? Can't remember now.
Elliot?
No, I mean Elliot was very forgettable. I'm trying to remember who else I thought was like super stiff. Oh, maybe nobody.
Joey J.
Joey J was kind of stiff. Yeah, I would. You know what? I would not have been surprised if Joey J was in the bottom. But overall, this makes sense to me. These tops and bottoms. Okay. So we have a moment now where they're getting the critiques, and they get to Kamora, and Kamora cries because she's like, "I'm trying to do my best." So points for Kamora for drama. She cries.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But what else I thought was interesting, when you look at the tops and bottoms here, the top queens, okay, Simone, they loved her performance and they loved her runway. But Rose and Candy, they're both like, we love your performance, but we don't like your runway.
Yeah.
And then the bottom queens, all three of them, they're like, we don't like your performance, but we do love
your runway. Yeah, that's true. That's so true.
I thought that was funny. And so they leave, the judges talk, and then it's so funny. So Rose and Candy are safe. Simone is the winner of this week's challenge. Yes, queen.
Yeah.
Reed is safe. And then Denali and Kamora have to lip sync.
I know. And I really wanted it to be LaLa Ri and Kamora. I thought it should have been, honestly. Because even though Denali was the fact that she had so many lines, the fact that she brought something to it, where LaLa Ri was just kind of nothing,
Yeah, but I'm actually surprised with how much LaLa Ri is getting away with. I feel like RuPaul must just like her.
And that's the thing, is she is so likable. But even last year with Heidi in Closet, they were definitely, I don't think they were as generous with her. I mean, she got by, but I don't know.
We'll see, but yeah, it definitely seems like RuPaul is partial to LaLa Ri because she even beat Denali in that first lip sync, which I didn't think was accurate.
Yeah, right.
Don't get me wrong, I like LaLa Ri too, but I do think that it would have made more sense for her to lip sync against Kamora.
Totally.
And they have to lip sync to 100% Pure Love.
That song, for one, like,
great
iconic, song. Amazing, whatever. Yeah.
And then I had hope in my heart of hearts that Kamora might be like, guess what? Surprise! Boom, 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 boom. And this was another lip sync where I'm going to say in the first moment.
Yeah.
Kind of like, well, I know who's gonna win.
Yeah. It was hard. Like you could even see Rue was like trying to like look at Kimora, but he was just like Denali was just slaying it, and like Kimora wasn't doing much, but she looked beautiful. She couldn't even do much in that dress, really, but like
did the park and bark they call
it. Yeah.
Well, this again, you know, another moment where I'm gonna say Kimora is not. I don't feel like her priority is always the look, the look, the look. Even in the lip sync for your life, she could have like pulled that dress up. I would have done something to like get to move around.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what. I would have been like, this dress is gonna rip because I'm gonna have to dance. But she was just like, nope.
You can't rip that dress. You can't rip that dress.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Something,
but you can't rip that dress. Oh, let me say this. I think she gave what Kimora thinks she could have given. You know, I don't think she gave up, but I don't think she had enough confidence in herself to even do more than that.
And that's really it. And even the judges did say that she just didn't feel safe enough or trust herself enough to like do much more.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But Denali also came to play. Did not. She swept the floor with fucking Kimora. Like.
And then when the lip sync was done, usually you get your moment where the queens collect.
Oh my goodness, yes. RuPaul.
No, the queens were done. It was like song is over, and RuPaul was like, Denali, that was 100% pure fun, Shantae.
Yes. Did not without a beat, like without. Like, and it was.
You don't even have to collect yourselves. I'm just gonna let you know.
Yeah, yeah, and it was like. And he even puts in a statement of like, whoever has to go against this girl, Denali, y'all better bring it if you have to.
And like I said, Denali's real thirsty and she's real confident, but I will say, like, she's backing it up. She killed it.
She is.
She was so fun to watch. And Kimora just kind of like shuffled around the stage a little bit and didn't really get much.
But I will say the words all that much. Like maybe were moments where I was like, she's a little off, but
yeah, exactly. It's like she wasn't even giving like full like face emotion or anything. It seemed like she just kind of gave up, but she took it gracefully. She sashayed away, said her thank yous, and then she from the House of Hall was her departing line. And I will say, at the very least, she left looking gorgeous.
Did she?
You know, she left looking gorgeous in that outfit. Yeah, she
looked beautiful. Yeah, she did. I'm sorry. I watched the Untucked too, and
I didn't yet.
She had on like all her makeup, but was wearing all boy clothes, and it just looked really weird. And I was like, but I also was like, Kimora was like, I am not wiping this paint off. Y'all are gonna see it until the end.
She's like, this took me 7 hours.
Yeah. But, so that was the episode. So crazy. I'm a little nervous for the next episode because I don't know if you saw, but this is going to be a sewing challenge. And our girl Simone says the famous words in the little teaser that I don't sew. And it's like...
Dun, dun, dun. Well, I mean, honestly, like...
She'll be safe.
You know, I hate to say it this early. I hate to say something like this, but like... From the first lip sync against Tamisha, I was like, Simone is the winner of the season to me. Like, I could tell immediately she's my favorite. So that being said, it will be nice to have some challenges where she doesn't excel, get to see some other queens.
Yeah, of course.
This is going to be possible great episode for Tamisha.
I'm super excited for that. I really hope that Tamisha slays it out the park because we know she makes everything. But so does Utica. So I think that'll be really cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Utica makes a lot of her stuff too.
That's awesome. Yeah, so it'll be an interesting episode for sure. I'm excited. But that's it for episode 4. Thanks for tuning in. What a great episode. This was so fun.
So good. So fun. I loved it.
Oh, honestly, before we leave.
My favorite. Oh, the points. Yeah, of course.
Before we leave, we got to talk about our fantasy league. Now,
yeah,
I don't even need to say Gerard is beating my ass so hard. And like not in a great way. So I tallied up the points. So in this episode, Simone was the winner of the challenge, so she gets her 15 points. And hold on. Okay. So let me break down the points. It's hard to like backtrack and remember where all these. So Kimora gets her 2 points for crying in front of the judges. Fun drama. Good job, Kimora. Then we have, let's see. Okay, so then we have our top queens. All of the top queens get 7 points, and that is Simone, Candy Muse, and Rose. They each get 7 points for being in the top. Our bottom queens lose 7 points. That's Denali, Lalari, and Kamora. Simone gets an extra 15 points for being the winner of the week. And let's see here. Denali gets an extra 10 points for winning the lip sync.
Oh, yay.
We have the lip sync.
Yeah. Because I was like, I have 2 queens in the bottom, so that's at least 14 points. Okay, cool.
Right. So technically, Denali only loses 3 points because she -7 for bottom, +10 for winning lip sync. And
wait, so technically
everybody gets 5 points
then, right?
She gets 3 points.
Oh, okay.
+10 -7, 3 points.
No, I thought you said she -3. That's what I was like, that makes no sense, bro. Gotcha.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah. So everybody gets their 5 points for staying the week except for Kamora. And I think that's it. So at the end of this episode, Gerard gets 55 points. And I get Joey J's points because I had the fewer. So I get the 5 extra for Joey J. And that gives me 32 points, which brings our week 4 totals to Gerard at 213 and Joseph at 150.
Oh, okay. That lead is kind of
sickening. I hate you. I don't even want to play anymore.
That's a lie. Honestly, it's gonna change because, like, I believe Tina Burner will be in there at some point in the top. So will Gottmik. So will Olivia again. You know, Simone's gonna have to shift top.
I'm waiting for my girls to show up.
They will.
Yeah,
they will.
You have a strong team, bitch.
You could have had Denali set first or first pick or second pick.
Well, I was really feeling Olivia at the time. And also, if I picked Denali and all my other same queens, I would have like the widest
so true. But what's funny is I don't know if I would have picked Olivia even on my team because I kind of forgot about her when we were picking. When you picked Olivia first, I was like, oh man, Olivia, that's right. So it was also smart that you did pick her. Yeah, it was.
I hope she has some other shining moments.
Yeah, I think she will. I mean, there's definitely going to be more singing and dancing challenges.
Right. So I feel like Rose is going to have a chance to really shine. Hopefully Tina can bring it in some comedy challenges later.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, just based off of this so far, I feel like Snatch Game, I already am like feeling like Simone is going to take it.
What do you think she's going to do for her Snatch Game?
Beats the hell out of me. I have no idea. But I feel like whatever she does, she's just so good.
Yeah. True. We'll see.
Maybe Tina will like surprise us, or maybe Utica will do something amazing.
Yeah. Utica in the Snatch Game is going to be interesting for me, but we'll see. There's a lot of quirky people out there she could choose from.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so that's it for the episode. You're all caught up. I'm
yes.
So excited. Thank you for tuning in.
Another episode. Make sure to follow us. I know my man Joseph Schless is very popular on TikTok. Make sure to follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and do the same for myself.
Yeah, I'm at Joseph Schless everywhere. JOSEPHSCHLES. And
I am Gerard Cole, baby. Just like down there.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's right. You can see it here. Are you over here, Gerard? Is this where you are? Or no, are you over here?
I'm over here. Yeah, this is us. I thought that's. Oh man.
Okay, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.